Yo, 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 Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome back to Arm Yourself with Knowledge, the show that educates and helps liberate. I'm your guy, Jontel, joined by, you already know, Chaz Neal, aka an urban conservative. Grand Rising to you, my brother. How you doing today?
Man, I'm glorious, man. How's everybody doing today?
Shit, I know I'm blessed and grateful.
Yeah, I wish I could say
Avengers,
that.
the Avengers assembled yesterday.
Right.
The shit got off to a good start. Look, I want to see that energy all 2023 and beyond. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And then we're going to also talk about the historical context behind this and why it actually is significant and why it's actually such a great victory for Black people all over, why we're actually taking so well to this. Because I think a lot of people do know about it. They're just not talking about the other part of it because a lot of people only want to laugh, and I get that. But a lot of people do understand, at least from my timeline, I've been seeing a lot of people have been hinting at the history part of it. Like, I don't know if you saw the memes I posted, and we'll get into that in a minute. But there's one meme of somebody educating people on who invented the folding chair. It was a Black man.
Is that something that was new information or that people didn't know about?
I didn't know.
Um,
Did you know?
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah, I had no clue. I know that we as Black people in America have invented a lot of fucking shit.
A lot of things.
A lot of shit, but we never get like the security cameras, traffic lights. I mean, everything you could think of Black people have invented in America, we just don't get the credit or it gets swept under the rug. So I didn't know nothing about the folding chairs, but I'm not surprised.
There's a lot of things that we actually invent that they've used against us. So
right.
I want people to think about that as well. Like
Jack Daniels.
Right. And I want people to also understand that. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. No, because it's I see the celebrating, and I'm like, to me, the situation is I appreciate what the people did in Selma. You know what I'm saying? I do believe like that for me was something that needed to be done. I hope that it inspires people to get off the couch and to, when they see something wrong, that they get involved, that they speak up and speak out and say something, do something. Because in the society that we live in right now, that's not what we don't see shit like that on the daily.
You know what? I disagree. I think it depends on the context and the environment, who's involved and where. Because you do see little pockets of stuff like this happen when it's Black people, and I know this for when it's Black people, and when another brother gets pummeled by white people, I don't have to know you.
But why does it only got to be when you just said the key thing for me? It's when you said the key thing for me, and this is what I want people to realize. Why does it only got to be when white people? Because everybody's attacking Black men right now. Everybody's attacking Black people right now. So why is it that we only come together? Because, like I said, I'm going to put it in prime example, right? Of us truth tellers, right?
Right.
Why are we forming together to do the same thing that BLM, the NAACP, Al Sharpton, and the Democrats who keep us enslaved? Why aren't we talking about that? Because that's what, honestly, at the end of the day, I think that's not getting us no accountability. It's not getting us any justice, and it's not getting us any change on the streets.
Let me tell you why, bro. Let me tell you why. Because so many Black people have to survive. They are working, they're trying to take care of their kids, and they're just trying to fucking live and have memories. So most of America does not want to talk about that because they just want to laugh because every single day they have to deal with microaggressions. Not everybody is meant for the stuff that you and I do. That's why we're here to educate and inform people of the deeper context of that. But before we get into any of that, I got to go through these memes real quick because I was celebrating this because I needed this at this moment in time. And I think a lot of us did. With all the bullshit going on with the Jason Aldean song, and racism does not stop. Microaggressions against people of color do not stop. We needed this celebration.
Now, see, if that was BLM, I would definitely be celebrating. But I get why everybody is, but I just can't.
That's you, bro.
I see this so differently than 90% of the world right now. We have people dying and people are making memes. That's crazy.
Yo, I really truly commend this brother. Seriously.
Right.
And we're gonna show y'all the whole video. For those who don't know, let's actually explain here. Because you always want to just jump in and talk about stuff. People don't even know what the hell you're talking about. So in Alabama, there was a big ferry that was trying to dock onto the board, whatever you call it, right? There was a smaller yacht with a bunch of privileged white people that was blocking the way. The security guard got off and asked those people if they could move so that this big ferry with all these people could dock. They said no and started beating him up, and then they jumped him. And it was this big black security guard by himself, and all these white people just pummeled him and started beating him up. It wasn't a fair fight. It's not about black and white. It's about the fact that me seeing an unfair fight, I'm going to jump in and help. But the fact even more so was that this guy was not in the wrong. He was kindly just doing his job, which the job is already hard enough. I'm sure he deals with other fucking shit from people as it is. But yo, when I saw how we pulled up for our people, we need this every single day. For real. And this meme right here sent me this morning because this was the joy I needed this week. For real, for real. And it was like a real reset. This reinvigorated me. This gave me some hope for my people, that people actually are paying attention, albeit people are working, people are taking care of their kids, they're going on vacations, they're accumulating money, they're breaking generational trauma ties. People are really out here doing the work, eating better. I see so many black people doing really great things in their life and actually living their best lives today, that we really needed this to stop and think about how far we actually are coming in that sense.
Damn.
This one sent me.
Damn.
This one fucking sent me. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen The Color Purple. If you black, please tell me you saw The Color Purple, because that's a must. But yo, that fucking chair sent me. If you go on Twitter, if you go on Instagram, it is crazy.
So you're okay with the man hitting? Let me ask you a question. You're okay with the man hitting a woman over the head with a chair?
I'm okay with black people defending themselves against white supremacy and privilege.
But a man hitting a woman with a weapon.
Can I finish? I'm a pacifist. I don't condone violence unless it's self-defense. This was completely self-defense on all levels. Any of the black people that jumped in were defending that that black security guard, period. So yes, I appreciate it all. I appreciate it all. Also, the guy who hit her, there was a woman who jumped in and started hitting her too. So what I did see was men backing off from the women and letting the black women handle that shit. So yes, I do. I completely defend this shit. Completely, fully, full-heartedly. And I'm not someone that condones violence. But I condone black people defending themselves against white violence on black people. And that
I wish black people would get involved. Like I'm going to say, I wish black people would get involved when they see police doing this shit, or when they see white supremacy doing
a lot of times through
how many bodies
a lot of times that is what has gotten us through over the years. That laughter.
Emmett Till. I could go on. There's so many more. Trayvon Martin. I'm not going to celebrate one simple brawl, mainly.
Bro. I came here to have a good laugh because I'm feeling good about this today, and you're just like decimating it. So let me have my laugh.
I'm not.
Can I get through the memes before you start just jumping that shit? I don't want to hear that today. I don't. I don't want my black people coming together, bro. Why can't you take this as a victory?
Celebrating. Bro? But yet I'm watching lives of mothers crying, asking for help while we're celebrating.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. But we talk about that every single fucking day, bro. Every single fucking day, you and I talk about that.
I know, but
I don't want to talk about that today.
Why we're celebrating something that happens every day.
Because black people actually stuck up for one another, and it's going viral. You don't see this ever going viral.
I wish we could see some other shit going viral. Oh, I love this nigga, but I'm definitely gonna speak on how I feel, because at the end of the day, I feel like we are celebrating this too much, and we shouldn't be. We should be learning from this instead of using it as a meme moment or a funny ass moment, because it's not funny. This is shit that happens every day. Now, if it would have been another turnout and that white people took advantage of the whole situation, we would be spinning and we would be talking about this totally different. If that was the whites that outpowered the blacks, we would totally be speaking this a whole different way right now.
You notice that black people are not getting penalized for this, and white people are applauding black people standing up for themselves. So I don't care about the reverse side of it. We had a victory here, and we should be proud of ourselves that this happened. We should be allowed to laugh at the situation in a true black fashion, because that is how we handle pain and trauma. Not everybody thinks like you, Chaz. Some people are making light of the situation in a way that they should. Not everyone handles pain and trauma the same way that you do.
To me, this doesn't have nothing to do with.
I'm trying to right now today. I'm trying to talk to the people that are handling this in that way. I'm not talking about.
I'm trying to bring it to an educational point.
I'm talking about celebrating us and our culture.
Celebrate. What is to celebrate about that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to talk about. What is to celebrate about that?
I should have.
What is to celebrate about that?
I wanted to have a few laughs.
Because Rasheem Carter, where were black people at when Rasheem Carter was at? You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to celebrate that shit, because when niggas are dying, niggas ain't around. And when they are around, niggas ain't doing shit. Because at the end of the day, there was niggas around when Anaya Allen got killed. I didn't see nobody doing shit. There was niggas around when Derek Chauvin was on George Floyd. So I don't want to hear that shit. And I get it. I'm not trying to take away from people celebrating, people feeling happy, but let's be real here. Let's be real. Because today we're going to yell another name.
I'll let you speak your truth, and I'll hop back on so I can joke with everyone.
I'm really sorry that, like, at the end of the day, like, I totally came on here to, I'm not going to celebrate something. I'm not going to sit here and celebrate something that honestly, at the end of the day, that we're going to be saying another name later on today. We're going to be saying another name today. A black person is going to get killed today. Some kind of trauma is going to happen, and yet we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate. Like, man. So let's play the start of how it all started. Yeah, I know I love Jontel, but it's when we're wrong, I'm going to speak about it. And in this situation, we're wrong. We're celebrating something because most people that are posting about it wouldn't bust a grape in a food fight. And I'm just being 100% honest. Most motherfuckers don't even protect themselves, but they want to sit here and talk about they would have did this and that. But yet when the shit happens in their own community, they don't do nothing. That's what I'm talking about.
That guy in the white shirt is crew from our little dinner cruise boat who got off our ship to go over there to move that black pontoon boat on his own, because those guys who parked there were told not to leave it there, and they left it there. So he's just pushing it off. That's funny. Took matters into his own hands. I love it. I hope the police give him a big old ticket. Ooh, confrontation with the owner of the boat. Those guys are all drunk.
We all got to throw your ass in this water. Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! You got to sit and scream, move the fuck out the way. There you go. Get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah, nigga, they don't want to move. That is now motor blowing in. All right, I'm in. Nigga, dog get close. Man, she didn't let me my dog. I like she a dog in here. My dog. I ain't gonna do nothing but drown and I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna say one more substitute. No, we do for y'all, baby. It's over. Okay. Yeah. Y'all gonna be part of that anyway.
Yeah, so as you can see, that was the leading up to it, and this is where it, nope, so that's not the video I was looking for. That's threw up his hat. So let me stop sharing this one and go to the other video.
Y'all need to give them that video. You need to give that man that video because that man threw the first one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, crew members over here now. There you go.
They were definitely getting it. Ooh, damn! I didn't see this one a part of it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, there's a damn. Okay. Damn. Right, there is a there. I wonder. I bet you there is a bunch of videos for the simple fact.
Oh, there's a lot of videos because up on the docks right there, where
Right.
all those people are, they were all filming. So when the
Right.
camera turns around and you see that clip is not the full clip, I have another clip that shows it from the other perspective when the two white bulls here. Let me see if I can find it because there's another video that shows the other side, and you see like I saw a good like 5 or 6 people with their phones out filming it. So there's shit. Where did I put it?
Here
It
goes
might be on
another.
Instagram.
See, but I don't know. Then they got all this different music, man. See, there goes another view. But yeah, they got the. Ooh, see, here goes the one with hitting the chair. That's. Oh,
Yeah, there's like 3 good ones. There's that one.
yes. Well, let me
And then
play
there's
this
one that's
one.
a little bit down further on the dock because there was 2 white bulls that got pushed in the water. There was a white girl who got pummeled by a black girl. Yo,
Whatever
like,
videos you can find, put them up because I'm gonna play this one and then we'll go. But I'm not gonna play nothing because they're playing Sade,
but
so you're not gonna get any background. Bam! See this? Oh, see, yeah. That's the one I said out of anybody that was gonna get arrested out of our side, it was
look,
gonna
I
be
would
the bro. It was
I
gonna
would
be the
gladly
chick.
take those charges.
But damn, I don't, man. That's a hell of a charge, though.
What? He smacked the man with the
No,
folding
that's
chair.
a chick, bro.
He
Bam!
smacked
That's
the
a
man with a folding
broad.
chair. So
That's a broad.
This-
That's the
look,
only thing
this
that I
family-
disagreed with.
this
Out of
family got what
everything
was
that
coming to him.
I understand that, and I'm not saying that he in the mood. I don't know if I would have did the same thing. I just speak me. My
That's
opinion,
irrelevant, though.
Me, how I am. I'm just saying of like when it comes to, I'm not okay with the man putting his hands on a woman, regardless of whatever the situation, because there's a way that we can handle it.
You picking
I know
one
I'm
situation
different.
out of the broader point of the whole jaunt. Like, okay, maybe that man didn't really mean to, or it was just, you see all those people in the heat of the moment just defending that black man, and that's what it was about. So as far as I'm concerned, my hands ain't gender wise. You can get these hands too. If you trying to step to all these people defending your white family for attacking this black man, no, all y'all motherfuckers can get it. Period. No, I'm not the person that condones that shit either. I'm gonna look for the chick and I'm have her handle that shit. Period.
Well, I just hope that people, when they see that, not that I don't condone. I understand the situation, but I want to put it out there that I don't condone, regardless of the situation, a man hitting a woman, especially with a weapon. I'm going to say that. I don't care how people say it. I don't care how they take it. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. That's just how it's got to be. The world is such a fucked up the way that it is right now. And I think that, especially when it came, I don't know. This is just me. I think differently than a lot of other people. I don't want to see. I'm tired of us being hurt. I'm tired of us going through trauma. But I damn sure don't like to see women being hurt by other men, regardless of the situation. So I'm just going to leave that at. That's my point of it from it, just on that little video that I just shared.
Oh well, our video just
Damn, did it go off?
It just got banned because it says that it goes against our community standards. And it may
Where?
be sensitive to some people. So they didn't ban it, they just put the graphic or violent content on it.
Damn, all because of the video. Was that YouTube?
Facebook.
Was it Facebook? Damn. I guess I ain't checked no notifications. Oh, yeah. Damn.
That's some shit.
We can disagree with her.
Yep, and I sure am.
Yeah, I just did too. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I didn't usually. Okay, you disagree. All right, so we're back. I'm gonna play. I want to get into some significant history, and then if you got any more videos, Jontel, what happened Saturday?
I'm trying to find them.
I want people to remember what happened 50 years ago, because to me it plays a big part of what happened Saturday, and I think
they came
people to
with
remember this.
horses.
Is it
They came
a big part of our history
with nice sticks, and I was standing and people were running because they were beating me. I did not run, so he hit me at the base of my neck, and I became unconscious.
Photos of a woman tear-gassed and beaten unconscious by Alabama state troopers are among the most iconic images of the civil rights movement. The woman was Amelia Boynton Robinson, a leader of the campaign for black voting rights in Selma, Alabama, and the first black woman to seek a seat in the U.S. Congress from that state. She had helped organize a demonstration on March 7, 1965, to protest the killing of a young African-American church deacon named Jimmy Lee Jackson by an Alabama state trooper, and to continue the fight for voting rights. The Selma establishment was known to be among the most egregious in barring blacks from the polls. But what started as a peaceful protest ended with unspeakable violence. The veteran activist clearly recalls the events of that day, and she recently recounted them to middle school students in Los Angeles.
Under Dr. King, we decided that what we need to do is to have a bill that would let Negroes become registered voters. We were going to march from Selma, Alabama, which is on the river bridge, to Montgomery. I was near the front at the beginning. They came with horses. They came with nice sticks. And I was standing and people were running because they were beating me. And then he hit me on my shoulder. I did not run, so he hit me at the base of my neck. And I became unconscious. They drug me off of the highway. And there I lay. I don't know how long. But somebody said to one of the state troopers, "She's dead." So they reported it to Jim Clark, who's sheriff. And he said, if she's dead, let her alone and let the busters eat.
Images of the atrocities that day sparked shock and outrage across the globe. When Boynton Robinson became aware of the magnitude of the malfeasance that occurred on Bloody Sunday, it intensified her resolve.
So it made my determination to do better and go farther.
Boynton Robinson was present at the White House when President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act into law in August 1965. The episode became known as Bloody Sunday. It sparked worldwide outrage and helped garner support for the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. As the 50th anniversary of the event approaches on March 7th, Boynton Robinson is not bitter. Instead, she remains resolute in her belief that although she almost died fighting for freedom, the struggle was worthwhile.
After Bloody Sunday, people began to wake up, and those who have arisen because of our Bloody Sunday, they have excelled.
Despite her age, Boynton Robinson's activism is far from done. The matriarch of the civil rights movement believes there is still a long way to go. She appealed to today's generation to embrace the lessons of the struggle and not take their vote for granted.
And I am still determined that these young people will realize that a voteless people is a hopeless people. If we don't register and don't fight for your rights, then we are hopeless, whether it's an individual or a group of people. We are no citizen at all.
So that was a look back at Selma during the time that our era where a lot was happening, and we didn't have the tools and the technology that we have now to get the message, I guess, viral, as the Gen Z likes to call it, doing things.
That was something sorry to cut you off, but that's something that she pointed out was the youth.
Right.
Like these kids, these Gen Zers are a whole different breed, bro. So like the way that we look at activism and getting involved is different than the way they look at it. These are the motherfuckers that will buy out Trump's event and not show up just to prove a point to him. You can win an election, so-called win an election, but we still don't like your ass. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like they look at things, they're savage as fuck. Though they do things a whole different way. We see all these kids going in the city in mobs, just demolishing shit. And I understand it all. Do I like it? No, but I'm not in their age bracket to fully understand and think the way that they do. But I respect it, even though I don't like it. Right. And I can't tell them what to do. We can't. We just have to join with them and back them up. Because our time in that sense has come and gone. That's why, like, when I started in this, I was out in them streets heavy. I was organizing my own rallies and protests. And not to say that I still won't or wouldn't, but my calling now is more refined, and it has moved and shifted as I've aged. And I look to the kids to be out in the streets more so, to be doing what they need to do. And that's because of how I was brought into this, that I expect them to take to the streets, but they're not going to in that way. If they do take to the streets, it's to fuck shit up, and it's not because of racism. It's because of the system in general and their frustrations. But also, they don't take to the streets. They take to social media. They meme the fuck out of you. They shame the fuck out of you. That is their way of activism. We can't harp on that or criticize it. We just have to do our best to understand it.
No, I don't know. I guess how I got in it is totally different than how you got into it.
No, it ain't.
Now, what I'm meaning is there's so much, like what I see, and this is where I go with it, because we already get taken as uneducated. And I want people to know I'm not talking about Selma, Alabama. I'm not talking about the cruise ship or any of that sort right now. What I'm talking about is some of the ways that we handle ourselves. Or not let me take that back. Not handle ourselves, express ourselves. Let me put it in that way, right?
Do you understand why that is?
I do understand why, and that's why I'm gonna go in just a tad different in this, because as me being a 46-year-old, right, and having to work through a lot of things in just the last 3 years of, understanding and trying to get a better knowledge, a better hold on, like literally what it is up with the youth, because that's what this is about. This isn't, I'm 46, you're 33. A lot of the activists or people that consider themselves leaders, we're in our 40s, 30s, and 50s. You don't see a lot of outspoken 20-year-olds. You do, but they're far and few between. And I feel like that is because, first of all, we don't give them, and what I don't mean by I'm not saying everybody, but there's certain, I feel like the system is set up to not rush a certain way to kind of go through the generations, because you can't even be president until you're 50. You know what I'm saying? You look at a lot of these U.S. Congress people or even like state legislators, these motherfuckers have made careers out of this shit.
It's lucrative to them, just like the prison system is lucrative to white poor America in the boonies, because they have a job to oversee largely black and brown people that they deem as criminals, and really it's just a modern day slavery. We know this,
right? And so that's where, like, for me, I try to go with it, and because I feel like we're so undereducated about our fight. Because it's just like when we were talking about this earlier of, like, I've seen so many people posting about, oh, thank you. So many people posting about that they didn't know that a black man made the folding chair. And I'm just like, is that not something that wasn't brought up in school? Because that's where I learned it from. You know what I'm saying? So it was, because there was, honestly, and I'll tell you how, the reason why I knew it was invented by a black man was in school, and I think it was either the 5th or 6th grade. It was during Black History Month. I don't know what they exactly were, but they were something in the community and came in and talked about inventions that black people had invented or were a part of making, because it was even with, like, the light bulb. There's a part in the light bulb that a black man made that if it wasn't for that invention, we wouldn't even have the light bulb. But because of, who is it, Thomas Jefferson, I think it is, whoever gets more credit because of his skin color than the fact that if it wasn't for this black man's invention, we wouldn't even really have light. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, even with peanut butter, I don't think people really understood of how much with the peanut of what George Washington Carver actually did, of what he did for society. And he really doesn't get that recognition. You know what I'm saying? Because it's even like, we can go with NASA. If it wasn't for I don't know how many people seen the movie, and I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my tongue, but there was a great movie that was about how we got to the moon. And if it wasn't for these 3 black women, we would have never,
we didn't go to the fucking moon.
Well, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
A scam. It's a sham. They try to say we went to. We ain't never go to no fucking.
Well, I'm just saying of how,
I know
with the logistics and everything, the math, and everything that went. This was a black woman who wasn't even allowed to go in a certain area, but was employed. And I can't, there's a goddamn good movie too, man. Even if we didn't go to space, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The moral behind it for me was don't never let anything stop you. It should only motivate you more to do more. It should motivate you to go harder, I guess, is more what I'm trying to say, is because we have to get that I can't out of our vocabulary and believe that we can, because we can believe. I mean, we can achieve what they tell us that we can't. So, right. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I couldn't believe that when people, I seen that today posted by so many black people, and I was just like, damn. I really, people didn't know that. Damn, I was like, wow. You know, that's something that and I got to give it up to Sanford Community School in South Minneapolis. That was something that I learned in school, was about Nathaniel Alexander. So I will say that. I mean, I didn't learn much more, but I will say that I learned that. That's the dude that owns a convenience store, right?
Who? What you mean?
The guy right there.
What convenience store?
In Selma, Alabama. So these people are business owners of Van Masser convenience store in Selma.
Oh, let's make sure nobody patronizes that business.
Right. Yeah, because I seen that come up on a post.
Yeah, let's find out everything we can about that business and post it to the Leon blog. Do not support this business. I'm sure they're being ridiculed right now because I've got a family photo of them in here somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here it is. So this is the family that jumped that black security guard.
Okay, so Vassar's Mini Mart. That's what it was. Vassar's Mini Mart. You don't even see nothing. That shocks me that nothing comes up yet on. Let's see their reviews. If people have left any reviews. Only one bad.
Like, bro, people are going crazy over these memes. And I fell out crying from each fucking one. Like, we got no fucking chill.
Damn, they don't even got no bad reviews yet. So they really ain't. But I'm trying to pull up this damn. There was a tweet the dude left, or a Facebook post. It was something. Okay, so let me get this name of this convenience store. So Vassar's Mini Mart. Supposed to keep on talking.
Oh, I'm supposed to talk.
Well, I'm over here searching.
Well, yo, so that bra, the folded chair thing definitely was the highlight, for sure. But for me, it's that young brother.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I found it. Yeah, this shit is gonna
across. Because first of all, keep donating to his Cash App. His Cash App crashed because so many people was donating money, but keep donating that brother money because he got rewarded for a good Samaritan act. Like, other people definitely jumped in, but I think what it took was that, what's that thing, the syndrome, that thing that happens when everyone sees something wrong, but no one jumps in to help because everyone thinks that someone's going to jump in and help. You know what I'm talking about? There's a thing where, like, if people see something going on that's wrong, they know it's wrong, but they're scared to do something because they think someone else is going to do it first.
all it took was one person standing up and saying, I'm helping that brother.
Right.
For all the other brothers and sisters to jump in. But that young brother, he swam across he swam across the ocean. He swam across that water to help that man. And you know what? That like he deserves all the credit for that shit. That is a hero in the
Oh, you
flesh.
ain't seen shit. So 3 hours ago, wait till what the Goofy posted. So the owner of Vassar Mini Mart said he has been attacked by gorillas before. Okay, Chase, guess that ass whooping wasn't enough. Boycott Vassar Mini Mart. Do not spend another dollar in that store.
Take a screenshot and send that to me, bro.
Oh, I will. So Vassar's Mini Mart, you'll heal up from that ass whooping eventually. Thoughts and prayers. Vassar's Mini Mart. Terrell Ford, that's nothing. I have been attacked by gorillas before. And we've all had run-ins with saltines like yourselves. I think you saw who was superior in the video. Wow. So here's a clip of something that he posted. I'm going to give it a play. So let's see. So he posted a video. He's like, I'm sure most of you have seen the news about the riverboat incident. Yes, I was there, but I was the first to try to get away. You can see in the video I attached. I do not condone what happened. I tried to stop it and realized that I could not. So I tried to get away. There is video of me being the first to run away because what was happening was wrong and I did not want to be a part of it. I realized I have a business to run and represent, and no charges were filed against me because I was not involved. I know it was wrong and it should have never happened. Wow. Doesn't change anything.
Nope. That ass just apologizing because you all over social media.
Right. And then the fact that he went just to try to defend himself of like, if you were wrong, right? If you're wrong, then why did you get involved? Why didn't you try? Why weren't you backing up? Right, because you were there. You go right there,
running away.
Right. Look at him.
Yo, the one with I can't find a video right now, but the one with the two young white bulls who tried to step to all their brothers, like acting like they was going to do something, put their fist up, and then turned around and started walking away and got pummeled. First of all, why are you turning your back? You turn around and running like you scared as fuck. Why would you even step to these brothers?
There they go. Right here goes take that, Tim, right there. Finish the sentence. You black what? That's why you got hand, feet, and chairs put on you. Can't access it. You can't comment on nothing, though. Vassar's Mini Mart. You leave my family out of this, you black. Oh, wow. See, this right here. They show their true colors every fucking time. Because the fact that he's using his business. The fact that he's using his business, if I could really, you know what's crazy? Hold on, let me grab something real quick. Keep on talking. Because people that follow
all this shit, bro.
People that follow Chaz Neal and have known Chaz Neal,
we're gonna put you on blast. Vassar's Mini Mart, we are putting you on blast and we coming for you. Period. Know that. We're screenshotting this and we are putting you on blast. Because I found this video.
For anybody that follows Chaz,
I'm gonna show this video.
Y'all know what this is. So
hold on, I want to show y'all this video real quick because it kind of relates to this in the sense that white people, and this has to do with white adjacentness, talking about like Asians, pale Asians, and how they like to maintain their status in society by upholding white supremacy. But this applies because white people like to uphold their white supremacy by making sure that their business stays afloat. And that's the one way that black people can come at them, because we don't have the upper hand in this system. Let me find it.
So if y'all know me, y'all been following for a while. Y'all know what this means. Go grab Lay's, Selma, Alabama. And all I should be hearing is this.
Damn, I can't find it. What the hell?
Selma. putting that out there. And that ain't just Selma, Alabama either.
I hear this on my Facebook.
Any small town in America.
I forgot y'all probably can't hear it, so let me go and change my settings.
Oh, damn,
so
you did it again.
Because I have to always switch to John.
Me reading her the way that I normally would. I'm going to break her down for y'all and give you a lesson in white adjacency 101 because she's a prime example. So first and foremost, keep in mind that this is an Asian woman, and don't think she didn't factor that in when she said what she said. She knows that we can't push back and say that she doesn't know marginalization or she doesn't know what it's like to be mistreated by white people because historically speaking, the Asian community does. But she's allowing herself to be a spokesperson, if you will, for white supremacy because that allows her to maintain her position within it, which is white adjacency, because there's power there. But the reason she can disconnect herself from her history in a way that we can't is because her present looks very different. Black people are still actively fighting the same history, which is why we have to keep it in the forefront of our minds. We can't allow ourselves to stop being diligent because history is constantly trying to repeat itself. But in her community, things have advanced to a place where she can feel audacious, clearly. If you think about it, that's probably true because when there's an influx of crime in the Asian community, what do? Stop Asian hate bill immediately. And I'm not saying that that shouldn't have happened. It should. But we don't see that type of quick action when it's black people. So she's coming from a place of privilege again, which stems from her white adjacency. And honestly, y'all, if you're paying attention, what she's doing is trying to conflate name calling with actual racism. Racism in this country is systemic, systems of oppression. They were built specifically to marginalize black people and then included people like her. She's talking about that in comparison to name calling white people. And don't think that she really cares about white people's feelings because she doesn't. She's saying this to secure her position within white supremacy because she's learned from her pale skin that there's power in being white adjacent. That's what she's protecting. And she's also highlighting her disregard for anybody else's experiences and also her lack of empathy, which again, I believe stems from white supremacy. She has this sense of entitlement about her that makes her feel validated in trying to reprimand or chastise us in our behavior. She thinks that we should play nice with our oppressor because the oppressors are no longer oppressing her the way that they used to, even though they're still treating us the same way. And if you notice, because there's a lot of layers here, she still has no empathy as far as how we're treated in the past or in the present. If you think about somebody and their traumas, right? You know that, let's say that somebody has a fear of dogs because they've been mauled by a dog. We expect them to be scared of dogs, to hate dogs, and not want to be around them. We don't get that same grace extended to us, even though we've had some of the worst atrocities committed against us by white people. Yet she sits here conflating feelings with systems. All we can do is hurt white people's feelings, but they can weaponize their feelings against us and use the systems created to hurt us. They can call the police, weaponize their tears, and get us killed, get us fired. There's differences here, and that's what she's not saying.
So that part right there, the last part of what she touches on, because this business is going to push back. This business is going to sit there and make sure that their livelihood is kept intact. But that's a product of the system that they utilize to be able to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like this woman said, a lot of times all we have is our feelings, but we also need to push back and make sure that we attack people's livelihoods, because that is one part of the system that we should be attacking, you know. There we go. Vassar's Mini Mart convenience store, 1900 West Dallas Ave. What town is that in, my brother?
Selma, Alabama.
Bet.
Selma.
Good old Selma. Now I get why you put the significance in there. I'm thinking it was somewhere else in Alabama. Like, I don't know if it was Birmingham or what. You know what I'm saying?
It was on the Montgomery
now that I have
River.
that context, that adds to the story too, because things always come full circle, and these people got what they deserved. And just to think about the fact that this was in Selma of all places that these people fought back. This is 2023 civil rights realness, y'all. People may be laughing about it, and it is meme friendly. This shit is to laugh at, but it also has historical and serious undertones that also are a sense of victory in a sense in 2023, and the way that we handle things with the advent of social media, the invention of social media. I think that this is, in a sense, very appropriate for people to be coming for their business, to be cash apping a young brother that did his job as a young citizen the way people should be handling things.
Right.
Even though it was a violent situation for our people, this was, like you said, something that really doesn't happen as much, but we should be celebrating it and congratulating it because it's one time in our modern history that we've stood up against oppressors doing something wrong against us, harming us in some way. And you saw the police were black people and white people, and you noticed that the police weren't really trying to arrest any of the black people. They really weren't. You saw that they were trying to get the aggressors. They only arrested that black man after he smashed the guy with the folding chair, and that's understandable. And me personally, if I had smashed the guy with a folding chair and the cops was right there, first of all, I still would have slapped the guy with the folding chair with the cops there, and I would have gladly let them arrest me for doing it. Because I would be proud to handle that and take and help stand up for my black people being pummeled when they shouldn't have been to begin.
We gotta correct it though.
It's not like that security guard did anything wrong. He was doing his job. They were the ones that started this whole mess, and they deserve to pay the consequences, whether that is violence at the hands of other people, because I don't condone violence, or not. I still do very much support self-defense when it is justified, and I feel like this was completely justified.
No, I'm not disagreeing at all. No, because you know what, honestly, and I first of all, I want to, when we know better, we do better, and when we're wrong, we should always hold ourselves accountable. And I just want to say that, if I made anybody leave the live today, and I'm talking about viewers right now. Anybody leave because of the interaction between me and Jontel? I want to say no, because I need to get this out, because I think maybe because people don't know us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I understand that he did leave, the live, and I want the show. Let me stop saying live, because this is, we're trying to go into that we're a network, and so this is a show. It's just a live show, and I want to apologize because I just got out of court, and
yeah, I knew where it was coming.
I was a lot of emotion, and honestly, I didn't know the direction we were going to go with this, like the way we were going to go with it. So I need to hold myself accountable and apologize, because I think people seen that it was an interaction of like that got too far, and I think it was just people that didn't understand, and that because usually we see the world oppositely, but we mesh so well together, me and Jontel, because we have the same fight. We just sometimes see situations differently, and this is one of them. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we should all be able to have civil discourse on things that even we disagree on, so I want to say that I let my emotions still writing from court come into here, and that's me, because I probably shouldn't have even tried to do a show, because my emotions were still high, my anxiety, and I was still dealing with stuff after court that had to go with court. So I let my emotions from something else get into here, and that's not okay. And I need to check that. So that's what I wanted to say, and I wanted to leave it off at that, because I do love Jontel, and we mesh so well together, and I do believe that my viewers from the Urban Conservative platform can learn so much from the Leon Block and from arming yourself with knowledge and circumstantial sense. So I just really want to say that.
Nah, I appreciate that. The thing is, like, for me, I've spent 3 years now, like, educating people, and I know a lot of times it falls on deaf ears, and I don't care. But when I can get that moment, when there's a moment where I feel like I'm seeing common ground with a lot of people in the way that they handle trauma and pain and the atrocities that we go through, I take advantage of that moment. I seize it and connect with people, you know what I mean, on that note, because racism is embedded in everything. Like
Right.
I talk about music a lot because I am a music journalist and I analyze people's careers. And so the atrocities that we go through in the industry is something that we should talk about. Do I glorify celebrities? No. But I feel like it's important to talk about them and talk about things from a pop culture standpoint, because that's how most people get their information and intake things. And it's the way that they express their viewpoints of the world in an activism sense of terms. Everyone's handling of activism is very different. Not everyone is meant to be on the streets. Not everyone is meant to be handling social media and activism
Right.
So the way that a lot of people handle and a lot of the way a lot of people do activism is through memes on social media. That doesn't make it not activism. It's just a different way of informing people in a way that other people can soak up that information. And sometimes that is through laughing. And historically, our jokes are crude and they're deep rooted in historical pain and trauma. And that's not by coincidence. That's something that has been curated and refined over decades and decades of pain and trauma and atrocities inflicted upon us at the hands of this system and white people upholding that system. So it may come off as just laughter or people laughing at violence against white people on the surface, but it's deeply rooted in a lot of things. And so we as a people are justified and self-righteous in being able to justify these actions because of the kind of pain and trauma we have experienced historically as a people, largely, whether or not we have differing perspectives on it, because all Black people are not the same. This is something that we can all rally behind and get a good take on, rallying behind the laughter part of it, because that is something that resonates with all of us. Like, how many movies growing up have we watched that are actually based and rooted in trauma and pain? You know what I'm saying? But it's been made to be a comedy so that it can unite us all. You know what I mean? How many comedians talk about a lot of fucked up shit that are Black, but it comes from their shared experiences of dealing with trauma and pain through the lens of a Black person. So there's a lot of historical context behind that too. I know you gotta go. Go right ahead, brother. And I really appreciate you for coming on. And I'm gonna back up what you're saying, because Chaz touched on we do go at it. Like, he pissed me off. He genuinely fucking pissed me off. That's because we have differing perspectives and different views. However, this is my brother's keeper. We are all brothers and we are all family. I don't care. And this applies to this Alabama brawl, because that brother did not know that brother from a can of worms.
Nope.
But that's his brother's keeper. I can argue with my brother and I can know that he has a different perspective than me, but at the end of the day, he's still my brother and I still love him regardless. I can legit tell him, you pissed me the fuck off. Okay.
I wish you would have said that though, right then and there though, because it would have pulled me back. Because I didn't realize you were getting mad, and maybe I was missing something.
Right, because we yell at each other a lot, and that's
right. So I think I was missing something.
That's how we're emotional, and we can be aggressive people. We're passionate. Excuse me. I take back those previous words. We are passionate people, and a lot of people misunderstand our passion for outright blatant anger and hate, and that's not it at all. We are not hateful people. We're actually the exact opposite, because we are selfless and we give more out to the world than we do to our actual selves. And it's something that we're both practicing, is trying to give ourselves that love back and fill into ourselves, because the people around us see that. But it doesn't take away from the fact that we are people of love. So when you hear us yelling or screaming at one another, understand that it's out of passion
and no one person is trying to persuade the other, or no one person is right about it. We're both brothers. We're both two black men who have varying perspectives, and both those perspectives need to be heard and are just as important as the other. And we do well to make sure that y'all see that and pick up on it. So if you just tune in, or you're just starting to watch us and you hear us yelling at each other, it's out of love. It's out of passion, because we understand each other, or we don't understand each other, and we're trying to get each other to understand one another. Or listen, that's what it's about too, is like arm yourself with knowledge. It's about learning different perspectives, not just reading a fucking book. The best way, the best school of life is the school of life. Not going to college. I'm not that I'm against college, not going to public school system. The best education out there is through shared experiences in life and people talking about their experiences, not keeping it to themselves. So I respect my brother for not only apologizing, but giving me the grace to like step out. Like, it pissed me off, and I told him, like, literally after I jumped off, I'm like, you pissed me off, and I told him why. Do you know what I mean? And then my bro told me, yo, he said hop back on, so I hop back on. It ain't no thing. You know what I mean? It is like, this is how it is. Like, we still extend that grace, and we listen and we share experiences because we provide each other the opportunity to do so. He feels comfortable telling me you pissed me off, and I feel comfortable telling him I pissed you off, because at the end of the day, we know we still fucking here.
Yeah.
We all we got.
All we got. So with that being said, I got a jibby jabby wabby and dibby dabby. So I hope everybody has a great rest of their Monday, and be thankful, be grateful, and motivate. Win or fail, freedom or jail, heaven or hell. Wish me well.
Oh, indica. We can smoke indica. Call up my link name Indy. We can smoke indica. We can smoke indica. We can smoke indica. Call up my link name Indy.